you feeling that? Okay, I'm going in. Check this out, check this out. Okay, I've been turned into a monster, Godzilla, until Jehovah came down and got me here. Listen, it wasn't just hard work that got me here. It was something called faith. They call me Sort Out Cyrus. I come from Cameroon, Africa, and I'm based in Yaoundé. But basically, I'm from the southwest. But I know there's no need for this introduction, so I'll just go straight ahead to the topic of the day. And what we are doing here is about mastering and mixing and mastering a beat. So I'm going to be showing a lot of you guys out there how to mix and how to master a beat. So I'll take a beat, a pre-sample of what I've done before, or maybe a beat I just threw back some time ago, and I'll get into the mixing and to the mastering of it. So I just want you to stay tuned, but I just want you to know you're riding on with JS Music Group, and of course I represent Sort Out Cyrus. So we're going to pull up FL, as you know. We're going to open up FL and we're going to get to work. So without wasting too much time, I'll just open the beat on FL. And by the way, I'm using FL Studio 11 for those of you who are curious to know. And the reason I'm doing this is because there isn't too much. You can't find videos, tutorials on things like FL on YouTube and other social media which comes from Africa, so, and especially Cameroon. So I just think Cameroon, I needed to do something like this, because many people think, oh, good stuff really it just comes from America, it just comes from overseas and places like that. But the thing is that there are producers even right here in Cameroon who still do bad when it comes to beat mixing and mastering, and of course recording and other areas which has to do with music making. So I'm going to be addressing this issue. Now I'll let you hear a sample. I've already pulled up FL. I'll let you hear a sample of what I'm dealing with, so you can have a clue. So I'm just going to play the beat, so just listen. So I'd already started the beat, I'd already structured the beat some time ago, and I'd already done some touches on it. But I'm just going to be showing you a little bit of the techniques on how to mix, then I'll show you how to master. Okay, first of all, I would like to say that mixing, many people get it confused when they hear, okay, that DJ is mixing my song. They think, okay, he's doing too much of the work. There's no too much work in it. The thing is that you just have to be sound conscious. You have to use your ears and know volume levels, because mixing is just about regulating your volume levels of each instrument that you are using in that particular song. So that is what mixing is about. It's just a big term people use. Okay, I'm mixing, and people think that, okay, you spend hours and you do lots and loads of work there. No, it's just about regulating your sound, making sure that each instrument that you are using on the beat is at a regular level. That is mixing. And of course, mastering is different from mixing. Mastering is now making the final volume, putting the final volume at a particular level. That is mastering. Mastering is about reducing, making sure that your beat is not so loud. That is because loudness distorts sound. So you don't want your beat to be sounding too loud. So you want your beat to be sounding regular, to be at a regular level in terms of volume. So that is mastering. But mixing is just regulating the volume of each instrument to make sure that they balance up, to make sure that one instrument is not sounding too loud more than the other. That is just mixing. While mastering now is the overall volume, making sure that your beat doesn't sound as loud as whatever, because it's going to distort your sound. So that is just mastering and mixing. That is the difference between the two. So first of all, this beat I'm working on, it has already been, I would say, first of all, when you have your beat, okay, you have chosen your instruments, okay, you see, okay, and you have structured your beat, you have patterned your beat. Okay, what you have to do now is to send in each instrument to the mixer track. and I'll show you right here what I'm talking about, the mixer track. This is what I'm talking about. This is the mixer track. So as you can see, when you follow my mouse carefully, you see each instrument has been routed to the mixer track. You see I have my bass drum, I have the citrus, I have the hat, I have the FPC, papa, da da da, blah blah blah. I have the kick, a step time, that's my kick. I have change and all the other instruments that I'll be needing. So I've already sent them to the mixer track. And how you do that, and of course those are the basics of FL. You just come to your instrument channel and you right click. Once you right click, this shows up and you go down. No, sorry, my mouse is having a little bit of okay, it's okay now. Okay, to send an instrument to the mixer track, you just come on your instrument channel. You can see from my mouse, you left click and this shows up. And once you have this, you come here where you see FX and you click, you hold the left click button and you scroll up and you see it switches the mixer track. It shows the number of the track you want to send your instrument to. You want to route your instrument to. So that is basically how you send your instrument to the mixer track. But for now, that is not what I want to talk about today. So I'm just going to go directly into the mixing. Now, once you have each instrument in the mixer track, the next thing you have to do is to deal with each instrument. You know, some instruments, they sound, you might choose an instrument that has too much bass, so you want to get rid of some of the bass, which of course that is a part of mixing. And you might have another instrument which maybe is sounding too sharp. You might want to reduce some of the sharpness. It all depends on the instrument which you choose. You know, instruments are different. And of course, you have to bear in mind that one instrument might be louder than another. So you have to know the instrument you're dealing with and know how to regulate your volume. Okay, I'm just going to go straight into the mixing. I'll just show you a little bit on how to regulate because this beat has already been touched. But I'll just show you a little bit on what I did to make the instruments sound the way they are sounding. So I'll let you listen again while I just take one or two instruments and I listen and I work on it so you can see. So just follow me as I do this. Okay, I'm just going to go straight ahead into work. So since as my instruments are routed, I'll just take an instrument. For example, I go to my playlist, I see the instrument. Okay, I can see here trumpet. So I'll start with the trumpet and I'll show you a little bit. So I go back. So I come to my channel window and I open to trumpet. So I have it now singled out so I can deal with it. If I just want to work alone with it without hearing the other instruments, I just come here and I click on pattern and it plays me just the instrument I'm working with and I can do all the editing I want. But I would like to advise that you don't work with instruments like that. It is better to mix the instrument along with all the other instruments. So for example, if I was mixing this, I wouldn't single it out. I would just come on the song. Of course, you can hear the kick playing behind. So what I would do is that I would turn up the volume of the trumpet or the instrument that I'm working with. And how I do that, I open my mixer, I look for trumpet. I can see here trumpet. So I turn up his volume so that it should be louder than all the other instruments which fall in that stretch or that pattern. So once it's like that, what I do now is that I click on it to make sure that I've selected it on my track, and I go here. What I just did was I just applied Fruity Reverb on it. But of course, what you most likely want to do is to pull up parametric EQ, Fruity parametric EQ. You can use whatever EQ, it just depends on you. But parametric EQ is better because you can see, like you see if I click, you see the sound frequencies, you see the waves, you see the spectrum. So it shows you the area in the beat where the trumpet touches. So for example, if I was to mix this trumpet, what I'll do is that I'll listen to the trumpet and I see Let me first of all take off reverb. So I have just my beat sounding, the trumpet sounding as raw as I first of all put it. I first of all selected. So what I'll do now is that I'll listen, and of course if you listen to the trumpet, you will see that it's sounding, it has some, it's a little bit high, so I would like to get rid of some of the highness. So what I'll do is I'll regulate it, and by doing this, and as I do this, you can hear, you see when I take this too far, you can get how it sounds. Pardon me, I didn't go to a school for this. I learned this on my own, so I'll explain it in the terms that I can best bring out to you, but you can be rest assured I know what I'm doing. Before making this tutorial, I definitely know what I'm doing. So we'll let it play again. So you see, when I bring this, you get a change in the frequency. Now I like to say that music is about hearing how it sounds. There's no particular convention on how to make good music, but good music is good when it sounds good in your ear. So that is how I work. So pardon me, I know a lot of people have gone to all kinds of school for this, but I didn't go to all that kind of school. But trust me, I know what I'm doing. So when you listen, you see, I bring it back normally, and you can hear it sounds too alarming. So I would like to reduce some of that alarm. Although when I was mixing it, I let it be like that because I love the way it sounds like that. But normally this is the procedure if you were to mix this trumpet. So you start by regulating it. Yeah, and I think you don't get too much of that. So you can just get, it sounds a little bit nice. So I think I like this level. So now once you do this, the next thing you want to do is maybe to excite the frequencies a little, and you do that by just pulling this up. You see, when you pull this, you see it changes the frequency. You see, when you bring it from left to right, you see, you can see the frequency there. You can see it in hertz. Right now I'm at 1985 hertz. So according to the frequency that sounds good for you, for your ear, and according to the idea of the song you want to do, you know the way you want your instruments to sound. So, well, for me, basically that is how it is done. But for me, I'll leave the trumpet back the way it was, because that is the way I like it. And of course, so I like it this way, so I'll leave it back like that. But basically that's how you go about it. And of course, but that is not what I'm talking about here. Normally, what I'm talking about, that is also a part of mixing, but it is not what I want to focus on here. Because you can do that to make sure that your instruments are sounding good, and it just depends on how you want your sound to be. You want your sound to sound this way or that way. It just depends on you, the producer. So you make sure that you make your instruments to sound the way you want to by regulating it using the Fruity parametric EQ. And of course, you can add something like reverb on it to make it, to spice it up a little. But what I want to do, or what I want to show, is now I want to show how to make your instruments not to sound crazily loud. That is my base. That is my focus. And the way I do it, other people have other ways of doing it, but the way I do it is that first of all, I go to my channel windows. This might not be the most professional method of doing it, but this is the way I do it. I go to my channel windows and I turn up the volume of each instrument. As you can see me do it, I turn up the volume of each instrument. I turn it up, turn it up, I turn it up, I turn it up, I turn it up, each instrument. You see, this is a song that doesn't have too many instruments, as you can see. So I turn up the volume of each instrument. Normally you would want to click the main channel, the main pattern where you have all your instruments showing. I was doing that with the pattern that shows just the trumpet. Okay, once I turn up now listen to the way it sounds. It sounds crazily loud. Now what you want to do is to regulate the part, you regulate each instrument. Now what I'll do is that I bring each instrument. Normally I start with the trumpet. I bring down the trumpet. You can see here, if you follow my mouse, look at the volume of the trumpet, because I've turned it up on the channel windows. You can see the volume here is crazily loud and it's speaking over zero. And if you follow here, you can see this is the trumpet playing with the other instruments. You see it's crazily loud. Look at where it is. And you don't want your sound to cross 0 decibel. 0 decibel is the maximum of sound that if your sound crosses 0 decibel, then it starts exceeding what they call, it starts having what they call clipping, and clipping is not good for your sound. You distort your sound. So first of all, I bring down the volume of the trumpet. I don't want my instruments on the mixer, on my mixer, to sound to be way overboard. So I bring down the volume of each instrument to maybe to the middle. I choose a particular volume level, but which is not too high. As you can see here on the gauge, you can see where my instruments speak. Look at, you can see it's minus 10 decibel, and I think that is a very good place. It leaves me with enough room to master the track. Because normally why I'm doing this is that I can have enough room. You can see the distance or the room between 0 decibel and where my trumpet is speaking, my instruments are picking. So you can see that there's enough room for me to turn up the volume, because that is what mastering is. Mastering is just increasing the volume of the general. After I've mixed my sound, after I've regulated the volume of each instrument to make sure that no instrument is above the other, mastering now is just making now all my instruments, the general volume now to become high. That is mastering. So I don't want anything to overdo. So I make sure that my instruments, they don't peak too much, so that I have enough room to master. So I bring down the trumpet to that level. So I start regulating now each instrument following the volume of my trumpet. So I go now to the kick. Normally you want your kick, and of course I said that there's no particular pattern of doing this. You have to follow each instrument. Normally you know that a kick, there are instruments that are normally will sound lower than others. So you have to make sure that each instrument, you know how you regulate your instrument. So it's not that because the trumpet is at that level, each instrument just has to be at that level. No, you regulate each instrument according to how it sounds, according to how you get the sound. But you don't want your one instrument to be way over the other. That is not good. It's going to affect your mastering. So I let it again. So now I drop down each instrument. Normally I want each instrument to be at the level where the trumpet is. Then after that I'll play the general sound, and I will start regulating now each instrument. Okay. I bring down, as you can see, I'm bringing down the volume. I'm bringing down the volume of each instrument. I'm making sure that they are all at a particular level. Then from there I can know what I'm doing. So I bring it down. I bring it down. Then after that I look out for the instruments that are over sounding and the instruments that are not sounding as they ought to sound. Then I step up their level. But you have to know that the trumpet normally will sound higher than all other instruments because it's a trumpet. Amen. So I bring it down. I bring down my volume. Okay, now I play it now from scratch. And I listen. So I'm just giving you the tips. We don't have all the time, you know. I'm just giving you the tips on how to mix and how to master. We don't have all the time. This is just a tutorial with it's just about a couple of minutes. We don't have all the time to, mixing is not a day's thing. It's something that you listen, you save your work, you export, you listen maybe on other appliances, on your phone and other things like that. You listen how it sounds, then you come back to it if it doesn't please you. You readjust, you listen again, you export, you listen. That is mixing and that is mastering. So it's not a day's thing. It's something that you spend days and days and days upon it. So, but for now, I'm just giving you the tips. But what you want to do, like I said, is to regulate your sound. Make sure that each instrument is not sounding loud, and make sure that you give enough room on the mixer track. Make sure that your instruments, for example, let your instrument not be at this level. No, that will not give you a good output. So make sure that your instruments are at a regular level. Make sure that the volume of each of your instruments are at the regular level. Then you regulate the instruments. Make sure that the one is not sounding way over the other. So that is just what mixing is about. Regulating the volume of each of your instruments to be so that one instrument is not louder than the other. That is mixing. Mastering now is reducing the volume of regulating the volume of each band and then turning up the volume of the final mix. That is just mastering. So I've basically showed you, if you were following from the start and hearing what I was saying, I believe you have known how to mix and how to master. This is coming to you it's coming to you from Sort Out Cyrus. And of course, I'm based in Cameroon, Yaoundé. I just thought that there were no decent videos on YouTube to show you this, so I just decided to give you this. I might not be a professional, and according to how you might rate professionals, but believe me, I know what I'm doing. So if you follow this and you do this on your song, of course, I didn't go into the basics of how to make beats, how to do all of that, how to choose your instruments and things like that. But if you follow what I've done, I believe you'll be able to know how to mix and how to master, at least if you didn't know. So that is just the basics. So pardon me if I didn't do it the professional way or the way you expected. So till then, I'm going to be coming up to you. I'm on Facebook. Just click search for me. Sort Out Cyrus. Sort Out SOUGHT space OUT. Then space again CYRUS. Sort Out Cyrus. And of course, you can send me a friend request. And of course, you can also send me a message if you want me to do any other tutorial. And of course, you can like my page. I'm also an artist, a gospel artist. You can like my page on Facebook. And of course, you can go there to find lots and lots of interesting stuff about me. And of course, what I've been doing. You can also listen to some of my songs and of course download. And of course, follow me on other medias also from that page. And of course, till then, it's just me. I've just given to you what you needed to know about mixing and mastering. So I'm going to end this tutorial here. If you have anything, send me a message on Facebook, and of course, we'll take it up from there. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for downloading. Stay tuned. Bye.